Good morning. I have my coffee. I ran out of hazelnut creamer, so I'm using the Italian sweet cream, and it's a little sweet, so I only put a little bit in it into this giant 20-ounce mug. And I have these last of these cookies. Gosh, these cookies are popular in our household. The only one that cannot have them is Chester because of his allergies to wheat. Anyway, so I have a lot I need to do today. It is Wednesday. It's supposed to be the most beautiful day of the week. I think my long guy is coming today, either today or tomorrow. So I want to make sure that there are no obstacles in the way for him. He usually moves our garbage cans. That's not an issue, but like Chester's toys and stuff, I'll go pick that up in a minute. I'm going to go out and see the big girls, which I have not yet, but the chicks are all set. All the animals are fed. I like to do that first thing when I come downstairs, get them all situated. So I need to make out a list of things that I'm running out of in the kitchen. For example, I'm almost out of coconut oil because I used some to sear the salmon last night, and I think I have just about a tablespoon left, so I need to put that on my list. Still haven't picked up some Frank's hot sauce. That needs to go out on there. A couple of other things are running out. So today, instead of making dinner after work, I'm going to make chili, and I'm going to probably do that around lunchtime and then pop it in the oven on low and let it cook in our Le Creuset Dutch oven, low and slow until dinner time, probably 3-4 hours. We have all the accoutrements that we need for the chili. We have shredded cheese, scallions, sour cream, nacho chips, all of that stuff. So I thought that would be a better approach than meatloaf. Paulie wanted meatloaf, but then that would mean he wanted 2 sides, like mashed potatoes, and I'm like, you know what? Every night when I log off of work, and after I situate all the animals, the first thing I do is start cooking. And to be honest, I'd really like to have some days where I have food prepped in advance. And grant you, it's not like he requires dinner, but, you know, I don't want anything to go bad that's already been purchased, and the ground beef really needs to get used. I had initially thought I might have enough to make a small meatloaf and a small batch of chili, but it's really one or the other. And he was leaning towards the meatloaf. I was leaning towards the chili, only because once I saute the initial stuff, everything just goes in the oven and I don't have to worry about it. And then it's just putting together the couple of dishes of stuff, toppings, which I think will be easier. Plus, chili really will be easy for me to have on my own if he's running late with work, and I don't have to wait till late for dinner. Wait really late to eat dinner. Last night I had this overwhelming craving for fruit, and I mentioned it to Paulie, and he came home with a banana, a kiwi, cantaloupe, a box of strawberries, some of which we had last night on top of the mini cheesecake, which I'll show you right here. Yeah, it was cute and delicious. The strawberries were really, really good. I sliced a few extras on the side, so there's a couple of strawberries for tonight. So we have the cheesecake mix in a separate container and the shells for the mini cheesecakes separately. I thought that might be easier to keep that way. They don't have to be eaten immediately. And the lovely strawberries, I think, will make a nice addition. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is for lunch, I'm going to make a big fruit salad and enjoy that, because I obviously didn't make it for breakfast, although that would have been fine too. I could have had it with oatmeal too, but I don't think I have any peach oatmeal. See, that's another thing I need to add to the list. So while I'm thinking of these things, I'm going to get my Filofax, which is my wallet, which I use as my wallet. And I'll pop in one of my little half index cards, cut in half. And I will start up a grocery list and then the other shopping list. Now, I don't know if I showed it while we were out and about over the weekend or recently. There's a Dollar General that was going in not far from us, and it is now open. If I find that my day is working out well where I could take a lunch break outside of the house, I might run over there. I have to get into Polly's car. Yuck. Yeah, I might have to fumigate it too. Actually, you know what I might do is when I go out to see the girls, I'm going to open up all the windows in this car, air it out. That way by the time I go to use it during lunch, it'll be at least aired out. Oh my gosh, that car. Awful. I know I showed it when I had to use it last week. Anyway, so that's what's on the agenda for right now. I do need to complete a Mother's Day project for Wild Orchid Crafts for this Friday, and I already have an idea. It's kind of funny, I think, but also useful. And for those of you who have followed me for any length of time, know that I'm a big proponent of utilitarian items. Use first, design, and aesthetics second and third. Because first, the item has to be useful. I'm not big on tchotchkes. I know a lot of people, especially in the craft community, love to make stuff and display it. To be honest, everything I make, I either gift or give away. So I don't have much. I don't think I have really anything left that I've made and kept for myself. So that's one of those things that I'm going to do. We haven't quite decided what we're doing for Mother's Day, but I know I have to call my sister and tell her that we're not going to be going out. I don't know. It gets kind of boring to always go out for brunch for Mother's Day, so I'm not sure. We might just swing by my mom's and give her a card and this gift that I'm going to make. So anyway, so that's the quick heads up on what's on my agenda for today. And I will obviously check in with you guys as we go along, and I'll show you the chili. It's not anything fancy. I just kind of throw stuff in. That's the fabulous thing about chili. It's really to your taste. So, alright, see you in a bit. Yep, I'm in my husband's nasty car. But I had aired it out, so I'm at Dollar General. I'm gonna go check out what kind of deals they have, if any. Funky headbands, but I bet my head's too big. And they're not $1, they're $3. I really like them. I'll have to keep an eye out for when they go on sale. That was kind of successful. I got a couple of things that was on my list, and I think I might run over to Dollar Tree next if there's traffic in the right direction. Oh, that's Polly. So I'm back home. This is my quick shop from Dollar General. Some prices, you just have to be careful, and I'll give you an example in a second. So they have some sodas that are on special, 3 for $3. The only 2 flavors they had out of 9, yeah, the only 2 flavors is Fanta and Barks root beer. So Polly likes root beer. I suppose like if I have to have regular soda, I'll have the orange. So that's what I got. I also picked up a box of zip bags, 14-gallon bags for storage. I got some nail polishes and from Broadway Colors or Broadway Nails. 2 purples, 1 glitter, and this very pretty lilac high shine. So try it out. And they were $1 each. And then I picked up a Elmer's Classic Glitter Glue. I'm not sure whether I've seen this before, but it has like eyelash size glitter in there. So I'm going to try it on some of my plain mulberry flowers. And that was $2. Hey, look, I got some Franks. It was on my list. Diced tomatoes with green chilies that I'm going to put in the chili. Some pimentos. Vitamin C fortified watermelon, Arizona. Juice cocktail. I'm going to pop that in the freezer. Some Fruit Loops that were, I think they were $2.25. SOS pads, lemon, and then a plethora of incense. So I might have cleared out their shelves. I got 3 of the tropical fruits, which have peach, pineapple, green apple, and mango. 2 of the natural, which have earth, ocean, wind, and fields. Really, wind could smell like anything, like wind in the spring. In our neck of the woods smells like cow manure. I hope that's not the scent. 1 of these vanilla, cinnamon, honey, chamomile in relaxing flavors, and 1 fruit. And the only reason I got 1 of each of these is because that's all they had on the shelf. This one has Indian fruit, black cherry, coconut, and strawberry. So I'm going to have a field day in my office. I'll share some with my upstairs stash because I fall asleep every night to that. Anyway, so fabric softener sheets. They have an aisle that says dollar deals. So these 50 sheets, which are 6.4 by 9 inches in Island Breeze, which was the least toxic smelling item made in the US. That's unusual. So they're 50 sheets and they were $1. The exact same brand, this dryer soft fabric softener sheets, had a pack of 100 and it was $2.50. So that's what I was mentioning earlier, that you need to keep a close eye on the count of items or sizes of items to see whether they really are a good deal. So for $2, I could have gotten 100 of them. For $3, I could have gotten 300 instead of, or not 300. For $3, I could have gotten 150 instead of the $2.50 for 100. That just made no sense to me. Like, why are you? But I'm sure that if I had asked, they would have explained, oh, these are on special, it's the 50 and it's a temporary price, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, pay attention because you certainly don't want to pay more than you need to. When I could have, if I needed 100 of these, I'm just going to try the 50 first to see if I like them. I could have just picked up another one for it and saved myself 50 cents. So I'm going to pop this in. What is your damage, chickies? They're like vocal, like you would not believe. So I'm going to pop this in the freezer. Hopefully I'll remember about it. So I have to go let the dogs out, respond to some emails, and then start the chili for dinner. And maybe try out some of these nail polishes. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm starting dinner. It's a little later than I had expected to or had planned on it, but I had some work things I need to take precedence. So that's okay. It'll be perfectly fine in the oven in the amount of time I have until Polly gets home. I have 1 medium, it's a sweet onion, chopped. I'm going to grate a couple of garlics right into the onion. I'm going to start it off with the rest of my, I think I have about a tablespoon of coconut oil left, which is on my list. And this is the Tropical Islands that I get the organic extra virgin. I think it just means cold press. And I have my ground beef. I'm enjoying my ice cold watermelon juice. And I'm going to get all of the canned goods that I need to strain, all the beans, and then all the tomato products, and then a little something spicy, then cumin and chili powder. So I'll show you along the way as I make it. I have the onions and the meat sauteed. I just sauteed the meat so you don't see the pink. It's no longer pink. Now I'm going to start adding beans. These are drained kidney beans. I'm going to also add some black beans, but I have to rinse them first, and a can of green tomatoes with diced chilies, with green chilies, and a can of diced tomatoes. Let me get the other last beans in, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And then we'll start adding the seasoning. Alright, so there's the black beans, and I have my spices. I'm going to add chili powder, and I'm almost out of this. This container's almost done, so I brought another one out. Ground cumin, red bell pepper, and a tiny little bit of coriander. And then I'll taste the liquid to see if it needs any heat. I have some spicy peppers, which I'm thinking I could leave one in there whole. They're dried peppers, so it would just impart the flavor, but none of the pieces, so you wouldn't bite into a spicy piece. So let me mix this up and start adding the dry seasoning. I wanted to show you what those look like, well, the dry herbs, spices look like before I mix it. So this is 3 tablespoons of chili powder, a tablespoon of ground cumin, about a teaspoon of coriander, and half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. So let's mix it and taste some of the juices to see if it needs anything like salt or black pepper or anything else. I'm actually quite happy with the seasoning levels. I'm going to check in on this for in about an hour and a half or so. I have the oven preheated 300 degrees. I'm gonna lid this and pop it in the oven, then I don't have to worry about having to constantly mix it, stir it. Now I can go do something else. And I will revisit it in about an hour and a half, and then I'm gonna leave the seasoning out to see if I need to add anything when I taste it. I'm not gonna put that red pepper in because the red pepper flakes add just enough heat, and again, as it cooks it intensifies, as it sits it intensifies. I think I'm okay with it for now, so we'll see what it looks like in about an hour and a half. Chili's done. I've taken it out of the oven. It's about a half batch, not too bad. Be plenty for tonight, and I might freeze some if we get bored with it. This oven method is definitely my favorite because you don't have to babysit it. Nothing gets stuck to the bottom. And it takes on this beautiful color. So that's going to be it for me for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to thumbs up. It's free for you and it helps me out. And I might go to Dollar Tree tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone.